Hello, everybody. For you in internet land, this is just a sound check for the King Brothers on Celtic Festival Online. The concert officially starts at 5. We're just trying to get the sound levels correct here for you, but mainly for the internet. That's where the real people are living today, apparently. Yes? Thank you so much. You need more trebly? It's a chorus. To Canaan's land, I'm on my way where the soul of man never dies. My darkest night will turn to day where the soul of man never dies. No sad farewell, no tear dimmed eyes, where all Hey everybody, the King Brothers here on Celtic Festival Online, and for the few guys that came out to see us today, that's great. Thanks very much. Oh, hey now. Here we go. Thank you very much. That was called Maggie in the Woods. We'll send that out to Maggie, who's right here. She's not in the woods, but she's not out of the woods yet either. So. Well, that's silly. I have this announcement to make. We're going to do another song. Here we go. What we're going to do? Hills of Connemara. Well, here's one that talks about the making of the illegal whiskey in the hills of Connemara, in the key of D, I believe. Gather up the pots and the old tin cans, the mash, the corn, the barley, and the bran. Run like the devil from the excise man, keep the smoke from rising, Barney.
Your eyes well peeled today, the tall men are on their way, searching for the mountain tay in the hills of Connemara.
Gather up the pots and the old tin cans, the mash, the corn, the barley, and the bran. Run like the devil from the excise man, keep the smoke from rising, Barney.
A gallon for the butcher and a quart for Tom, a quart for dear old Father John. Help the poor old dear along in the hills of Connemara.
Gather up the pots and the old tin cans, the mash, the corn, the barley, and the bran. Run like the devil from the excise man, keep the smoke from rising, Barney.
Swing it to the left, swing it to the right, the excise man will dance all night, drinking up the tay till the morning light in the hills of Connemara.
Gather up the pots and the old tin cans, the mash, the corn, the barley, and the bran. Run like the devil from the excise man, keep the smoke from rising, Barney.
Stand your ground, for it's too late. The excise men are at the gate. Glory be to Jesus, they're drinking it made in the hills of Connemara.
Gather up the pots and the old tin cans, the mash, the corn, the barley, and the bran. Run like the devil from the excise man, keep the smoke from rising, Barney. Thanks, everybody. Everybody out there in Celtic Festival Online land, welcome. We're pleased to be asked to be part of this aggregation of great entertainment. They have quite a bit of music, actually. A Friday night at like 7 or 8 o'clock, I think. They had some last night, and usually Sundays at 5 o'clock. So you can tune in to the website any of those times, and also be sure you check out the Facebook page, not the website, the Facebook page, and they have an awful lot of great Celtic artisans there selling their wares and doing a fine job keeping the music alive during this time of trial and tribulation. We're quite excited to be here today. I changed all the strings out, and I've got a bunch of instruments. I changed 19 strings today. I think Paul did 6.
Yeah, I took the ones that you took off.
Oh, that's good. And I shampooed my hair, and then I left it on the dresser, you know. Oh, I think it's only fair that we tell the story of Arthur McBride. Tells the story of some nefarious Englishmen.
I had a first cousin called Arthur McBride. He and I took a stroll down by the seaside, seeking good fortune and what might betide. Just as the daylight was dawning, and after resting, we both took a tramp. Met Sergeant Harper and Corporal Crump, besides the wee drummer who beat up our camp with his rowdy down in the morning. He says, me young fellas, if you will enlist, 10 guineas you quickly will have in your fist, a crown in the bargain to kick up the dust and drink the king's health in the morning. Had we be such fools to take the advance, 3 bits of money we'd have to run chance.
Do you think it no scruples to send us to France, where we would be killed in the morning?
Says me, young fellas, if I hear but one word, I instantly now will launch out my sword into your bodies as strength will afford. So now, my gay devils, take warning. But Arthur and I, we took in the odds and we gave them no chance to launch out their swords.
Our whacking shillelaghs came over their heads, and we paid them right smart in the morning.
As for the wee drummer, we rifled his pouch and we made a football of his rowdy-dow-dow into the ocean to rock and to roll. Did it tedious returning, and as for the rapier that hung by his side, we flung it as far as we could in the tide.
To the devil I pitch you, says Arthur McBride, to temper your steel in the morning. Thanks. Thank you very much. We have the added luxury of being able to perform in front of a few people. There's about almost a dozen, almost a quorum here today, which is nice.
10,000.
And we would like to thank the Conshohocken Bocce Club for their hospitality. We're outside. We're actually the band that I think we invented social distancing. Most people stay far away from us just naturally, but so they're way back there. And you guys on the internet are even further away. But what do you think, Paul?
I think a little Daniel. I have a cousin named Daniel Maloney. He's a decent relation and friend. He always has made a good living and has often a dollar to spend. He's well known to all in this city. By short name we all call him Dan, and there's none in this town more respected than Maloney, the rolling mill man.
You can find him at church every Sunday, himself and his wife Mary Ann, and the one that takes up the collection is Maloney, the rolling mill man.
There's some in this town that don't like him, 'cause Daniel, he will take a drink. Of course, when a man he is thirsty, then a Guinness is proper, I think. And if they wouldn't mind their own business, it would be a very good plan. For there's no one that likes his beer better than Maloney, the rolling mill man. You can find him at church every Sunday,
Himself and his wife Mary Ann, and the one that takes up the collection is Maloney, the rolling mill man.
You'll find him each day at elections, around to see things going right. He's the first at the polls in the morning and the last one to leave in the night. Now that I speak of elections, it would be a most excellent plan to nominate for next mayor of this city Dan Maloney, the rolling mill man. I'm certain he would be elected, no assistance from clique or from clan, and we'll cheer the next mayor of the city, Dan Maloney, the rolling mill man.
You can find him at church every Sunday. Himself and his wife Mary Ann, and the one that takes up the collection is Maloney, the rolling middleman. Well, thanks everybody. I think it's time to introduce the entire band. Over here, that's just sang the lead on that last song, playing the guitar, and from Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania, right down the road, just about 2 or 3 miles. He's a man who sings every note that he feels, and feels every note that he sings. Would you welcome Paul Kenney? There he is. Hello.
And on the other half of the stage, to my right, probably to your left, one of the founding members of the King Brothers. He handles all the finances and transportation. He's the multi-instrumentalist of the band. Make welcome from County Cheltenham, Mr. John Catterall.
Thank you, friends and neighbors. I think it's time for an acapella. Sure. Every now and again, we like to give our fingers a rest, and we submit you guys to a acapella number. And as you all know, acapella really means without a banjo. So we're going to do this one. It's an old English folk song, actually. If you know it at home, you're free to sing at home, that's for sure. If you're here, make sure you're in the right key and give it your best effort. One called Pleasant and Delightful.
It was pleasant and delightful one midsummer's morn, and the green fields and the meadows were all buried in corn. And the blackbirds and the thrushes sang on every green tree, and the larks they sang melodious at the dawning of the day.
And the larks they sang melodious, and the larks they sang melodious, and the larks they sang melodious at the dawning of the day.
A sailor and his true love were out walking one day. Said the sailor to his true love, I'm bound far away. I'm bound for the East Indies where the loud cannons roar. And I'm going to leave my Nancy. She's the girl that I adore.
And I'm going to leave my Nancy. And I'm going to leave my Nancy. And I'm going to leave my Nancy. She's the girl that I adore.
Said the sailor to his true love, I must be on my way. For our big sails are hoisted and our anchors are weighed. Our big ship, she lies waiting for the next flowing tide. And if ever I return again, I will make you my bride.
And if ever I return again, and if ever I return again, and if ever I return again, I will make you my bride. 6 more verses.
Then a ring from her finger she instantly drew, saying, take this, dearest William, and my heart will go too. As they stood there embracing, tears from her eyes fell, saying, may I go along with you? Oh, no, my love, farewell.
Saying, may I go along with you? Saying, may I go along with you? Saying, may I go along with you? Oh, no, my love, farewell.
Ta-da!
Thanks, everybody. I'm thinking... you guys are watching at home or in your car. You shouldn't be watching in your car, I suppose, especially if you're driving, but on the Celtic Festival Online Facebook page. If it's your first time here, well, welcome. I think it's a great thing. And a really nice feature is that all the bands that have performed already, they have, the videos are recorded. You can go back and plow through those and see what you missed, and you've missed quite a bit. We've seen some friends of ours. Seamus Kennedy performed a few weeks ago. He did a great job. Jimmy Farrell up in Bethlehem last week for the first time. Actually, it may have been Friday night. We saw Kinfolk. I neglected to find out where they are. A great duet, bouzouki and drum, and two great voices, and quite a bit of other good Celtic music. Some of it's more rock-oriented, like the Shamrogues were pretty cool. And we got Derek Warfield coming up in the near future, and so keep tuned to that, and make sure you take a look at, again, the fine crafts and things on their Facebook page. So we're going to do one about beautiful west rocky coast of Ireland and a beautiful girl there. And it's called My Lovely Rose of Clare. Is that D? Oh, my lovely Rose of Clare, you're the sweetest girl I know. You're the queen of all the roses, like the pretty flowers that grow. You are the sunshine of my life, so beautiful and fair. And I will always love you, my lovely Rose of Clare. Oh, the sun, it shone out like a jewel on the lovely hills of Clare, as I strolled along with my true love one evening at the fair. Her eyes, they shone like silver strings with her long and golden hair, and I have won the heart of one, my lovely Rose of Clare. Oh, my lovely Rose of Clare, you're the sweetest girl I know. You're the queen of all the roses, like the pretty flowers that grow. You are the sunshine of my life, so beautiful and fair. And I will always love you, my lovely Rose of Clare. We walked on down by the river, watched the Shannon flowing by, and listened to the nightingale sing songs for you and I. And now I say goodbye, farewell to all my true and fair, for I have stolen the heart of one, my lovely Rose of Clare. Oh, my lovely Rose of Clare, you're the sweetest girl I know. You're the queen of all the roses, like the pretty flowers that grow. You are the sunshine of my life, so beautiful and fair. And I will always love you, my lovely Rose of Clare. Thank you, lovely Rose of Clare. Thank you. About Rambles of Spring? Sure. Is that D? C? G. Here's a song that talks about the changing seasons. However, it's generally going from winter into spring. Who cares? It's about changing season. One call it the Rambles of Spring. Let's call it the Rambles of Fall, just to be that way. And Paul, how does it go?
There's a piercing wintry breeze blowing through the budding trees. I button up my coat to keep me warm. The days are on the mend, I'm on the road again. My fiddle snuggle close beneath me arm. I have a fine felt hat, I have a strong pair of brogues, and rosin in me pocket for my bow. And my fiddle strings are new, and I've learned a tune or two. I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. I'm as happy as a king when I catch a breath of spring, and the grass is growing green as winter ends. And the geese are on the wing, the thrushes start to sing. I'm headed down the road to see my friends. I have a fine felt hat, I have a strong pair of brogues, and rosin in me pocket for my bow. And my fiddle strings are new, and I've learned a tune or two. I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. I have friends in every town that I ramble up and down, making music in the markets and the fairs, and the donkeys and the creels, and the farmers making deals, and the yellow-headed tinkers selling wares. I have a fine felt hat, I have a strong pair of brogues, and rosin in me pocket for my bow. And my fiddle strings are new, and I've learned a tune or two. I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. Here's a toast to one and all, to the big and to the small, to the rich and poor alike, and foe and friend. When I return again, may our foes have turned to friends. Well, peace and joy be with you until then. I've a fine felt hat, I've a strong pair of brogues, and rosin in me pocket for my bow. And my fiddle strings are new, and I've learned a tune or two. I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. I have a fine felt hat, I have a strong pair of brogues, and rosin in me pocket for my bow. And my fiddle strings are new, and I've learned a tune or two. I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. I mentioned John was the multi-instrumentalist of the band. He only brought just a few of the instruments he plays with him this evening. Now he's picking up the 6-string fine Martin HD 28 guitar, built right down the road in Nazareth, Pennsylvania.
What's the address there, Paul?
It's 100 Main Street. Their phone number is BR549.
In attendance here at the Baja Club today, there's a minor luminary who helped us get our start in the local pub scene about 20 years ago or so. Not that she looks a day over 22 herself, but for some of you listening at home, and no matter where you are, if you're familiar with Brittingham's Irish Pub, it was a staple and the cornerstone of the Irish scene on the East Coast of America, and certainly in Philadelphia. Anyway, Maggie Reski is here. Thank you so much for... Now would be the perfect time to do a song about Maggie, but we're not going to do that. We're going to sing a song called Grace. This tells the true story of the failed Easter uprising in 1916 in Ireland, and one called Grace. As we gather in the chapel here in old Kilmainham jail, I think about these past few weeks, and will they say we failed? from our school days. They have told us we must yearn for liberty. But all I want in this dark place is to have you here with me. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love, I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. Now I know it's hard for you, my love, to ever understand the love I bear for these brave men, my love for this dear land. But when Patrick calls me to his side down in the GPO, I had to leave my own sick bed. To him I had to go. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love, I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. Now as the dawn is breaking, my heart is breaking too. When I walk out on this May morn, my thoughts will be of you. So I'll write some words upon the wall so everyone will know. He loved so well that I can see his blood upon the rose. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love, I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. No, there won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. Oh, thank you. That would bring a tear to a glass eye. That song is very sad. What do you think, Paul? What do we do with that too? Spray these. Should I switch off? Of those of you watching online, if I think Nicole every now and again she'll put up. Well, I'm looking at the feed here. There's comments. I can't see them. So that was a wasted effort on my part. I can't see what the comments are. But every now and again, I know that she'll put up a little a poll, you know, how many have done this, how many saw this band before, that kind of thing. And I believe there was one earlier on which has been the cutest couple on Celtic Facebook Online. Unfortunately, well, King Brothers came in a very close second. Of course, Kinfolk won. They are indeed the cutest couple, and actually Seamus Kennedy won, but he was disqualified by the judges when they found out he was not, in fact, a couple. A couple of bricks shy of a load, maybe, but that was a... What should we do, Paul? Any ideas there? I could do that, I suppose. I mislocated my mandolin there for a moment, which kind of reminds me, a few weeks ago, my car was parked in an unsavory neighborhood, and I had the banjo in the back seat. When I came back, the window was broken, and there were two banjos in the back seat. It was pretty unfortunate. This was a request. Normally I request this, but luckily we had somebody had the good grace to do this. Based on the Londonderry air. Not Derriere, the Londonderry air. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. From glen to glen and down the mountainside, the summer's gone and all the flowers are dying. 'Tis you, must go and I must bide. But come he back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. And if you come and all the flowers are dying, and I am dead, as dead I well may be, you'll come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave there for me. And I shall hear those soft you tread above me, and oh, my grave will warmer, sweeter be, if you will bend and tell me that you love me. And I shall sleep in peace until you come to me. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Paul wrote that song. What do you think about that? Thanks for the request. How about something sprightly? Yeah, all right, well, Paul and I got our, well, of course we went in jail, like most most bluegrass type of bands. But we started playing bluegrass music about 30 years ago, and gospel music is an awful big part of bluegrass music. And since it's Sunday here, we're going to give you a little bluegrass gospel offering, especially for those of you that didn't make it to Mass today. You know who you are. Just raise your hands. I won't look. Here's one called Where the Soul of Man Never Dies. 1, 2, 3. To Canaan's land, I'm on my way, where the soul of man never dies. My darkest night will turn to day, where the soul of man never dies. Dear friends, it be no sad farewell, no tear dim eyes, where all is peace and joy and love, and the soul of man never dies. The roses blooming there for me, where the soul of man never dies. And I will spend eternity where the soul of man never dies. Dear friends, there be no
farewell,
sad farewell,
no
no tear-dimmed eyes, where all is peace and joy and love, and the soul never dies. The love light beams across the foam where the soul of man never dies. It shines and lights the way to home where the soul of man never dies. No sad farewell, no tear-dimmed eyes, where all is peace, is joy and love, and the soul of man never dies. And the soul of man never dies. Thank you. I hope someone had a timer on that. I think it's the fastest we've ever done it. But that way we get to play more music for you guys. Okay. I just wanted to take, yes. Give me a second. And then the work. Can you look that up? Sure. Okay. Maybe we do that after. This next song is one we recorded. We didn't write this. It was written by a Baltimore resident named Terry Winch, and it's a very popular and much recorded song about growing up in an Irish household in the United States. He grew up in New York, and it covers a lot of bases. Here's one called "When New York Goes Irish."
I'll sing you a song of days long ago, when the people from Galway and the county Mayo and all over Ireland came over to stay, take up a new life in America.
They were ever so happy, they were ever so sad, to grow old in a new world, through good times and bad. All the parties and weddings, the Cayleys and wakes, when New York was Irish, full of joy and heartbreaks.
We worked on the subways, we ran the saloons, built all the bridges, and played all the tunes. Put out the fires, controlled City Hall, started with nothing, wound up with it all. They were ever so happy, they were ever so sad, to grow old in a new world, through good times and bad. All the parties and weddings, the Cayleys and wakes, when New York was Irish, full of joy and heartbreaks. You could travel from Kingsbridge to Queens or Midtown, from High Bridge to Bay Ridge, from uptown to down, from the east side to the seaside. The sweet summer scenes made New York City our isle of dreams. They were ever so happy, they were ever so sad, to grow old in a new world, through good times and bad. All the parties and weddings, the Cayleys and wakes, when New York was Irish, full of joy and heartbreak. I look at the photos so brittle with time of the people I cherished when the city was mine. And oh, how I love all those radiant smiles. I long for the days we danced in the aisle. They were ever so happy, they were ever so sad, to grow old in a new world, through good times and bad. All the parties and weddings, the Kayleys and wakes, when New York was Irish, full of joy and heartbreak.
Thanks, everybody. It's time to give the fingers a rest again. We're going to get Paul to kick off this one we learned from a band called North Sea Gas, I believe, a band from Scotland. And we had a nice conversation with them for about a half hour one night in a pub. I have no idea what they said, but it was a lot of fun. They laughed. They thought I was funny. I don't know what I said, but I know I don't know what they said. Tell them a little bit about that.
This was a song of hope written by a Scottish songwriter named Matt McGinn. And I've taken it on as a personal bit of strength, carried me through the dark days. And I know many are going through some tough times right now, and I hope this song means as much to you as it does to me. It's one called I'm Looking for a Job.
What key would that be in?
I don't know.
We're looking for a key.
I'm looking for a job with a sky-high pay, a 4-day week and a 2-hour day. Maybe it's because I'm inclined that way, but I never did like being idle. I don't want glory and I don't want fame. I left the school with a modest aim. I went to the labor exchange for work. Here is what I said to the labor clerk. I'm looking for a job with a sky-high pay, a 4-day week and a 2-hour day.
Maybe it's because I'm inclined that way, but I never did like being idle.
He said to me, that's a rare wee song to come from a lad so big and strong. Go through the door and take this card and give it to the gaffer at the Harland Yard. I'm looking for a job with a sky-high pay, a 4-day week and a 2-hour day.
Maybe it's because I'm inclined that way, but I never did like being idle.
Well, I sang it for the gaffer, and he thought me daft. I never heard such a horse's laugh. He gathered around him all his men, and as one big choir we sang then. I'm looking for a job with a sky-high pay, a 4-day week and a 2-hour day.
Maybe it's because I'm inclined that way, but I never did like being idle.
Our voices rang o'er the river's side. It was known as the Song of the Clyde. The words were heard the whole world round. It was known as the King Brothers sound. I'm looking for a job with a sky-high pay, a 4-day week and a 2-hour day.
Maybe it's because I'm inclined that way, but I never did like being idle.
I'm
Looking for a job with a sky-high pay, a 4-day week and a 2-hour day. Maybe it's because I'm inclined that way, but I never did like being idle.
Ta-da.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. How about the Maggie Malone? Oops. This one comes from a bluegrass band. However, it's very Irish topic, and typically the happiest sounding songs with the banjo are about the most dismal of topics. This one, well, largely takes place in a graveyard, but it sounds so happy. So if you want to feel happy, don't pay attention to the words. We certainly don't. It's one called Colleen Malone. 1, 2, 3.
It's been 10 years and 3 since I first went to sea. Sailed from old Ireland and home. Those hills lush and green were a part of my dream. I dreamed of my Colleen Malone. On the day I returned to my sorrow, I learned the angels had called her away to a grave on a hill overlooking the mill, the place where she's sleeping today. As the soft breezes blow through the meadow, I'd go past the mill with the moss-covered stone. Up the pathway I climbed through the woods and the vines to be with my Colleen Malone. She was faithful each day when I sailed far away. No one but me that she loved. I remember those eyes soft and blue as a sky. Her heart was as pure as a dove. For the rest of my life, I'll not take a wife. I'll live in this valley alone, planting flowers around in that soft, gentle ground. It's holding my Colleen Malone. As the soft breezes blow through the meadow, I go past the mill with the moss-covered stone. Up the pathway I climb through the woods and the vines to be with my Colleen Malone. As the soft breezes blow through the meadow, I go past the mill with the moss-covered stone. Up the pathway I climb through the woods and the vines to be with my Colleen Malone. Up the pathway I climb through the woods and the vines to be with my Colleen Malone.
Thank you, Colleen Malone. About the one about the blue ribbon. No? Okay. I'm gonna get rid of this and do some bird impressions. Something on here. A lot of people, well, actually, a few people want to know how we became the King Brothers, how the name has become our name. My name is John Catterall. That's Paul Kenney. We have to confess we are not brothers, but we also have to confess that we are kings. Paul is the former King of France, and I'm currently the King of Spain right now, so we are King Brothers. Now, actually, there was a record label from Cincinnati, Ohio called King Records that featured a lot of duet singing music by brother groups, and we emulated that sound, and we kind of just stole the name from them. And now you know. How about or something more sprightly, or and my love? Sure. What time is it? Anybody know the time? It's 10 hours. About no, the one about Caledonia. Sure. Here's a beautiful one by Dougie MacLean from Scotland. I don't know if you can see the changes that have come over me. These past few weeks I've been afraid that I might drift away. So I've been telling stories and singing songs that make me think about where I came from. That's the reason why I feel so far away today. Let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, and I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, then that would make me more than glad. Caledonia, you're everything I've ever had. Now I have moved and kept on moving, proving points that I needed proving. I lost the words, but I found others on the way. I kissed the girls sometimes and left them crying. Stolen dreams, yeah, there's no denying. Traveled hard sometimes with conscience flying, somewhere in the wind. Let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, and I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, then that would make me more than sad. Caledonia, you're everything I've ever had. Now here I sit before the fire, empty room and a forest choir. The flames can't climb any higher. They're withered now, they're gone. But the way is steady, my path is clear. I know what I must do tomorrow. When hands are shaken and kisses given, I must disappear. Let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, and I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, then that would make me more than sad. Caledonia, you're everything I've ever had. Let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're everything I've ever had. Thank you. Well, thanks, everybody. We have time for a handful more. A handful being a very small hand, maybe two, maybe three. We're forgetting how we kick off this song, but
One morning in July, I was walking to Tipperary. I heard the battle cry from the mountains overhead. I looked up to the sky, saw an Irish soldier laddie. I never will forget those words he said.
will you stand in the van like a true Irishman? Will you go and fight the forces of the crown? Will you march with O'Neill to an Irish battlefield? For tonight we're gonna free old Wexford town.
Said I to the soldier boy, won't you take me to your captain? 'Twould be my pride and joy for to march with you today. My brother fell at Cork, my son at Enniscorthy, and to the noble captain I did say,
I will stand in the van like a true Irishman. I will go and fight the forces of the crown. I will march with O'Neill to an Irish battlefield. For tonight we're gonna free old Wexford town.
as we walk back from our fields in the shadow of the evening, our banners flying low to the memory of the dead. We returned unto our home, but without our soldier laddie. But I never will forget those words he said.
I will stand in the van like a true Irishman. I will go and fight the forces of the crown. I will march with O'Neill to an Irish battlefield. For tonight we're gonna free old Wexford town. I will stand in the van like a true Irishman. I will go and fight the forces of the crown. I will march with O'Neill to an Irish battlefield. For tonight we're gonna free old Wexford town. Thank you very much. Thank you. We're going to do two. We got two more left. We're going to do this one about the Pennsylvania. We are Pennsylvanians after all here. I want to thank Celtic Festival Online for having us. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you can come back. And if you didn't enjoy us, well, you can come back and really make your life miserable. So here's one about the coal mining country in Pennsylvania up in Scranton. It's one called The Ghost of Molly Maguire.
When the wind blows wild at night, past the breakers melancholy, if you stand in the dark with your ear to the wind, you can hear the sons of Molly. Deep in the dark of the old mine shaft, you can smell the smoke and the fire. A whisper low from the mines below is the ghost of Molly Maguire. I tell you boys, Mickey Doyle is my name, and I come from Carver County. I shot the boss of the Lanford mine, my soul is up for bounty. I will die with my head held high as I fought for the men below. The men who slaved and sweat and died down in a black hellhole. I tell you boys, Edward Kelly is my name, and I'm hanging in the morning. I shot Jack Jones for skinning my bones. I curse that sound of morning. I will die with my head held high as I fought for the men below. Men who slaved and sweat and died down in a black hellhole. I'll tell you boys, Alex Campbell is my name, and no pistol did I fire. And I will fall from the gallows wall for being a Molly Maguire. I will die with my head held high as I fought o'er the men below, who slaved and sweat and died
Down in a black hellhole.
When the wind blows wild at night, past the breakers melancholy,
If you stand in the dark with your ear to the wind, you can hear the sons of Mali. Deep in the dark of the old mine shaft, you can smell the smoke and the fire.
the whisper low from the mine below is
The ghost of Molly Maguire. It's the ghost of Molly Maguire. Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks, everyone here in the Bocce Club and you guys that came out to support us. Thanks for Celtic Festival Online. We hope you make as much use of that Facebook page there that you can. Check out all the vendors. Check out some of the old bands that have performed already. And by old, I don't mean in age. The things that have happened in the past. And sure, stay tuned for the future. There's going to be some great bands coming up. We have one more left in us, and when people take a look at us, they think, you know, you King Brothers, you probably do a lot of Pogues music, some of that punk Irish music. Well, this may be the newest Pogues number we do, and it's probably 25 years old by this point. We thought we were really hip when we learned this thing. But here we're going to end with one called Streams of Whiskey. And the key is... Here we go, Streams of Whiskey. 1, 2, 3.
Last night as I slept, I dreamt I met with Bean. I shook him by the hand as he passed the time of day. When questioned on his views on the crux of life's philosophies, he had these few clear and simple words to say. 'Cause I am going, any which way the wind may be blowing. I am going, where streams of whiskey are flowing. Jump bail and landed up in jail. Life just tried to stretch me. No robo-ways would slack. Now I've got a pile. And I'll go down to the bocce club. I'll walk it on my feet, but I'll leave there on my back. 'Cause I'm going, any which way the wind may be blowing. I am going, where streams of whiskey are flowing. The words that he spoke seem the wisest of philosophies. Nothing ever gained by a wet thing called a tear when the world is too dark. And I need a light inside of me. I'll walk into a bar, drink 15 pints of beer. 'Cause I'm going, any which way the wind may be blowing. I'm going, where streams of whiskey are flowing. Where streams of whiskey are flowing. Where streams of whiskey are flowing.
Thank you, everybody here. Thanks, everybody in Internet land. Oh, my God. Thanks very much. Hope to see some of you guys on the internet at a festival where we can actually meet in person again sometime. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.